1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2. What I say? What level's good? What I say? How we this? Ready? We're live. What up? What up? What up? DJ Nemi coming to you from As Real As It Gets with another episode. And on this episode, we'll be speaking about Corona. Corona. When I say Corona, I'm not talking about the beer. Beer's pretty good, by the way. When I say Corona, I'm not talking about a beautiful, intelligent, shapely woman. No. When I mention Corona, hold up. Now, bits and pieces of this episode might sound dated due to the fact that it was recorded before there were any confirmed cases of Corona in Jamaica. Now, at this present time, there's 13 confirmed cases of Corona here. Alright, run the tape. When I mention Corona, I'm speaking on the Corona virus. Worldwide epidemic. That's no joke. There's so many things I want to unpack in this episode. So many things. Because as per usual, they say out of any danger, any serious situation, there's always a lesson to be learned. Always a lesson to be learned. And just to divert a bit, it's crazy the amount of propaganda being spread during this time of the coronavirus. And I know I mentioned the Corona beer earlier. It's crazy how much their sales have dropped because people are associating Corona beer with the virus. I just don't get it. People intentionally tarnish the name of Corona beer for entertainment's sake. But I'm always saying, the lie is much more entertaining than the truth. A lie is much more entertaining than the truth. No, I'm a skeptical person. I'm one of those skeptics. I like cold, hard, scientific facts. Sometimes, if you not slap me in my face, I just not gonna believe it. So, with that being said, I'm gonna really like to subscribe to conspiracy theories. But in times like these, when things like these happen, it's like a conspiracy theory switch just flip on in my head. And that's somewhat based on gathering private information or having friends in places that share things with me that the general public wouldn't or won't know. Now, when we see things like this happen, out of disasters like this, out of epidemics, somebody always makes some money. Just look at any catastrophe that normally happens. Hurricanes, the hardware, the food stores. Who else? These people bathe in money. Now, the coronavirus, medical industries, people behind treatments and vaccines. To be honest, because of certain things that I know or certain information that I'm privy to, I have to buy into these conspiracy theories somewhat. Look at Chick-V. You can't tell me that Chick-V wasn't engineered. If you had a previous injury, the Chick-V would attack that area mostly. I have a bad left knee, and believe me, that left knee would have killed me. Just make you have to think. What's really happening? What are these people creating in these labs? Why mankind so fuck up? Now, there's another theory we're not looking into as yet. I have a pro-black friend. No, she's not racist, but she's pro-black. She said, notice, no black people not get infected as yet. There's no black infection thus far. I haven't delved into that information as yet. I haven't done any research into that information, so I'm repeating that statement with a bit of naivety, but it wouldn't surprise me if in fact that's factual. Because our information normally on point, despite her being pro-black, right? No, there's always this argument of who is the superpower, which country is the superpower. We have a popular saying in Jamaica that goes something like this: when America sneezes, or when America sneeze, Jamaica catch a cold. But we learned something more important now. When China sneeze, the whole world stop. The whole world stop. And I think the coronavirus has shaken up a few people, really made them open them eyes as to what's really happening or who really holds the power. Look at the stock market. It's crazy. It's crazy what's happening in the stock market. I'm an investor. So, it directly affects me right now. And I understand this is how these things go because of panic. The sneezing boy. Bun pan top of bun every morning. Another thing. When disasters happen, it triggers capitalism even more. Because one of my things, when this is happening, unfortunate to say, apart from thinking how I can better protect myself or help my family and friends to protect themselves from the coronavirus, I'm here thinking of how I can capitalize on this situation. And sometimes we wonder, am I wrong for that? Or am I just a well-thinking human being? We know that the price of goods, foodstuff, protective gear, protective aerosols, these prices have gone up and will continue to go up for as long as the virus is present. Sad thing about it, thinking about it, even after the virus has hopefully disappeared, some of the prices won't drop back to normal. We're always using these situations from a business perspective. It's great. It's great to be using these situations as a selling point. From a human standpoint, moralistic standpoint, no, that's a different story. That is a different story. And we can't even trust our governing bodies. It's sad. And I don't say that loosely. These things I'm saying are based on facts, because when I speak about the coronavirus, I talk to all of my friends and I'm like, yo, I just know that they're downplaying the severity of this situation. They're downplaying the severity of what's happening. They're downplaying the severity of this virus. Because that's what always happens. So it doesn't cause mass hysteria. I have a friend, and we were just having a conversation because both of us were afflicted by the chickpea and dengue. And she works in the medical industry. She works in the medical industry closely with these type of situations, viruses, diseases, etc. And she said to me, Nemi, I'm so scared. And this is coming from a professional in the field. She said, Nemi, I'm so scared. And with those words, I think about it and say, man, can you imagine how bad this thing is for somebody like that to say this? And we're here just walking around nonchalantly, not even worrying as much as we should be because these things are being downplayed. She said to me, you know how many of these things have happened, but thank God they've been controlled before it could get out of hand, but they've been kept under wraps by the higher powers, the powers that be, governing bodies. Do you know how many of these things have happened? It's something that happens worldwide. And I get that as a body in charge of a country, you're not trying to cause mass hysteria. But the people need to know when things like these are happening so we can better protect ourselves. Ignorance and naivety will be the end of us. You hear me? Ignorance and naivety will be the end of us. It will be the end of it. I said earlier, I hate subscribing to conspiracy theories, but when things like these happen, it feels like a money grab. And I believe sometimes these things get out of hand. These things don't go as planned. Hence, we have a situation like this current one. Mankind fuck up, you know? Mankind is so fucked. And I say that because I was having another conversation, and most of my aha moments are epiphanies come from having conversations. That's how I learn. That's how things come to me when I'm not even thinking about it, through conversation. And something that came to me, I was like, we already know that slavery, a touchy topic. We already know that slavery was never abolished. It only evolved. It's taken on different forms. Because I believe that minimum wage is slavery. That's putting a price on somebody's worth or work. That's just my personal belief. But slavery has a hierarchy. Slavery has a hierarchy. And you know who the real master is? The real master of slavery, or the real slave master, is money. Is money. Just look at it. And let me not just say money loosely. I don't know which one of these phrases to use. Is it the love of money is the root of all evil? Or the lack of money is the root of all evil? I don't know which one to choose. But whichever it is, it comes back to the point that money is the slave master. The real slave master. Because even if we delve back into slavery, what was it all about? Yeah, it was about power. But it all boiled back down to money. Check the hierarchy. Money is at the top. Human beings after. Money is the real slave master. We're a slave or slaves to money. It's just a simple fact. Money makes the world go round. And sometimes it makes your girl go down.
Okay.
Money makes the world go round. And it comes back to the theory of this being a money grab. Yeah. I know it could just be, scientists in the labs experimenting with shit. Shit goes awry. That's always a story, with any virus that pops up. But in my heart of hearts, I think it's all about money. It's all about money. Someone once said, it could be about population control. China is overpopulated. And even though I'm laughing, we will never know. Could be a fact. There's so many things going on behind the scenes that we're not privy to. We're walking around, driving around, going about our everyday lives in a bubble of naivety. I'm blessed to have a personality where people find it easy to trust and divulge, certain information we're not supposed to know or should never know or that should never be repeated. I'm blessed to be in that position because that has quelled some of my ignorance. And it comes back to this saying, knowledge is a gift and a curse. Knowledge is power, yes, but it's a gift and a curse, a real curse. Another thing I want to touch on, without rambling too much, is the speed in which this hospital was built in Wuhan, China. It's Wuhan, right? That's where the coronavirus originated from, or the first outbreak. Holy shit. Comes back to the power of the Chinese and things that they have at their fingertips that we don't even know about. They built this multi-level hospital, fully running, fully furnished. I don't remember how many floors. I have to look it up to see how many floors, but they did it in less than, or in about 2 weeks. 2 weeks. A fully functioning, fully furnished, multi-level hospital just to deal with the coronavirus. There's a video circulating, and every time I watch it, I'm like, holy shit. How? And then something chipping on my brain, and I say, I know how. It's China. They get shit done. They get shit done when needs be. Japan is another place that gets shit done when needs be. Yo, the Asian mentality, the dedication, it's ridiculous. I always admire, like, the Chinese and the Japanese. I can only speak on them because I've been exposed to them personally. When them ready to get shit done, they're unstoppable. Unstoppable. That shit was crazy. How quickly they built that hospital. And then it makes you look and wonder about other countries or even your government and say, you know, they promise to maybe fix a road, build a school, upgrade a medical facility. And this is loosely based on Jamaica, these points. They promise to do these things, and even decades before it gets done. Decades. And yeah, people can play it off and say, oh, maybe they don't have the money. Maybe they don't have the resources. If one thing me know about Jamaican people or Jamaica, we are some of the most resourceful, resilient people in the world. We can get anything done. But you know what always screws us over? The politics. Very dirty game. Very dirty game. Or as we call it, politricks. It's sad that in politics, we can't come together. I tell people that politics is like supporting your favorite football team. Politics is like you and your friend supporting your favorite football team. Football/soccer. For those listening. So you might have, let's say, Manchester United and you have Liverpool. Yeah, you and your friend will support other teams, cheer for other teams, talk shit about your other friends' teams, but at the end of the day, you're still friends. I've seen where we've taken politics too seriously. Making a long story short, we have two political parties here in Jamaica, PNP and the JLP, Jamaica Labour Party, the People's National Party. Two friends, supporting separate parties. One friend invited the other over to his place during election time or campaigning time. They had a falling out. And do you know that one of the friends set the other... Do you know that one of the friends set the other friend's house on fire because they had a political disagreement? Holy shit. Now you are burn down your friend's house because of politics when these politicians who make empty promises did in them 3-story mansion, and I'm not hating on them. If you work hard for something, enjoy it. But what I'm saying is, we're out here taking politics so seriously while they're there lavishing or living lavishly. playing puppet master, and we're out here hating, killing, destroying each other. The power of politics, boy. The power of politics. Politricks. But getting back to the whole case of the coronavirus, it's so convenient. It's so convenient that the doctor who revealed the whole situation of the coronavirus, who blew the whistle, if you want to say, on the whole coronavirus just dead sometime after. Dead. Boy, should I even say it? Should I even say it? History has shown that men or women who make too much progress or go against certain powers that be just tend to up and disappear, or just flat out end up dead. You get me? Oh God, trust me, it's crazy. And now worldwide, places are out of 3M masks, Lysol, hand sanitizer, anything that's supposed to protect against or help to prevent you from contracting the coronavirus. The supply and demand is crazy. I don't even think we can push these things out fast enough. I don't think we're able to meet the worldly demand of these things. So what's gonna happen? It's just an endless circle and an endless cycle. When and where will it really end? When and where will the coronavirus end? And I think this is something for the ages, in the sense of we'll be speaking about this for a very, very, very long time. A lot of persons I've spoken to, whether in the medical field or a regular civilian, if it's one thing that they have in common, it's their expression of fear. Their expression of expecting impending devastation. Devastation. So I don't want anybody out there to take the coronavirus lightly. No matter how much it's being downplayed, or they're telling you that it's under control, which they haven't said. But you know, sometimes they imply. They will say, oh, one person infected here. Nah. My gut feeling, my logics and my mind is telling me that it's much more than that. It's much more than that. Because you're traveling amongst hundreds, thousands of people. How many persons pass through some of the world's largest airports on a daily? Millions. Millions upon millions. Millions upon millions. And currently, a lot of countries are reeling from the effect of the coronavirus. In Jamaica here, at the shipping port, which is always busy, always filled, it's like a ghost town now. These shipping companies or companies at the wharves are offering redundancy, or telling their employees, you know, if you want to stay on without pay, that's your decision. I have friends in that industry right there who, it's like they're on vacation right now. No containers are coming in. When ships come into our cruise ports, they have to be sent away. We here in Jamaica, we're currently feeling the effects of the coronavirus. Not to mention, thank God, at this current moment, they say that there are no cases. You know, there have been suspected cases of corona in Jamaica. At this moment, there's nothing confirmed. Mame, knock on wood and hope they're being honest and truthful about the situation. But at this current moment, we're supposedly corona free, and I hope it stays that way. I hope it stays that way. I must applaud the government, or government, whichever, for sticking to their guns. Them a turn with cruise ships like crazy. Them a turn back people, turn back flights. Because it can't be about a dollar sign all the time. The most precious commodity, and let me magnify Jamaica, the most precious commodity in Jamaica are its people, and we need to protect our people at all costs. And just looking out of my two eyes, reading, and from what I'm hearing, the government is doing a good job of sticking to their guns and not falling victim to the dollar sign or capitalism. In closing, people, please be safe. Protect yourself at all costs. Especially our children, our babies. Protect them at all costs. This is going to be a very rough ride, but we just have to ride it out. Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. This was another episode of As Real As It Gets with me, your host, DJ Nemi. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Please go on your platforms, whether iOS or Android, or go to your favorite podcast app. That could be Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcast, anything that you subscribe to. So please look for As Real As It Gets, and remember the both Az's are spelled A-Z. So that's A-Z, real, A-Z, it gets. As Real As It Gets. Please subscribe, like, share, rate, and leave a comment. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and talk to you soon. You dig? Now, bits and pieces of this episode might sound dated due to the fact that it was recorded before there were any confirmed cases of corona in Jamaica. Now, at this present time, there's 13 confirmed cases of corona here.